What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new speed build. Today we are here building with the Sims for Werewolf game pack, and we are creating the Timberidge Cabin, which was affectionately named after my main character for our gameplay series, Kimber Timberidge. I love her name. I don't know where the heck Kimber came from, but when I was kind of scrolling through games, nothing that automatically popped up I felt fit her, and then all of a sudden I just looked at her and the name Kimber came to mind. Does that ever happen to you when you're creating a Sim? Seriously, do you ever just look at them and they're like, oh, that's a Joey, oh, that's a Macy, oh, that's a Sally, oh, you know what I mean? I don't know, for some reason Kimber just came to mind, and I really like her name, Kimber Timberidge. I don't know, it sounds pretty powerful to me. Anyways, so the whole backstory behind Kimber is, well, she doesn't have much of one, so don't expect a lot here, but basically she's kind of like a lone wolf at heart. She isn't a werewolf yet. And I say yet because I kind of wanted to go through that process with you guys. And so with that said, you know, she's kind of just been floating aimlessly through life without any real purpose or any real place that she felt like she belonged. And that's kind of how maybe she stumbled upon Moonwood Mill. And the thought behind that was, okay, so she came to Moonwood Mill to find her place because this place is known to be one of acceptance and finding yourself and yada, yada, yada. But I felt like it'd be a bit weird if she moved into a house that was hers right off the bat. So I was thinking to myself, well, what else could she move into? And I was thinking a cabin, a cute little cabin, maybe something that she found on Airbnb or something along the lines. But I didn't want it to be a rental property because that could get quite annoying, especially if every, you know, how many days I'd have to have the vacation extend itself. So I decided we would create a little shack and she would just move in and kind of live there for now until she found a more permanent solution. Or maybe she just decides that she doesn't like Moonwood Mill altogether. I'm not really sure. But anyways, a little bit about this build. Obviously it is in the lot of the New Moon Shack. I did delete that lot so I could build it here because I felt like a cabin. Usually they're kind of tucked off into the woods. And I'm also, okay, not to bounce all over the place, but I'm also using the Dove reshade. Oh my god, you guys, can I tell you, me and this build were beefing for 5 hours, hence that's why I didn't post it yesterday's, because for some reason I couldn't figure it out. But then when I started playing around with the Dove reshade, it was all of a sudden I transformed into this super bad building bitch. Everything just kind of came together, it fell into place, and I was living for it. And something about this reshade just makes everything so much more aesthetically pleasing. I mean, let's be real, it does help that this world is absolutely beautiful, and the lighting, you guys, the sunrises, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 8:46 to be specific, and look at the glow of the sun coming up over those beautiful luscious mountains. And at night the sunsets are spectacular. I will say Sulani probably has some of the best sunsets I've ever seen in game, but I think Moonwood Mill has it just about topped. It is absolutely beautiful, a pleasure to build in. And let me just tell you, these debug and live edit objects that come with this pack are so much fun to play with. Now, you guys already saw that I added in this little pickup truck, and I kind of envisioned this was probably Kimber's pickup truck. And then I came across these these little wood planks too in the live edit mode that have this tarp on it, and I was like, oh cute, Kimber's moving timber. And it's funny because Miley Cyrus in the Create a Sim, Miley, actually I think it's Myling, I'm sorry, Myling Cyrus in the Create a Sim for God, Kimber, I'm getting myself so confused right now. She said that she could totally envision Kimber kind of getting down and dirty, you know, getting some, she wouldn't be afraid of getting some dirt in her nails and, you know, trying her hand at the woodworking table, which is perfect. And I could see that too because she needs to make some simoleons. I don't think you can really make a lot of money, you know, with the woodworking table, but, you know, maybe if she gets her skill up or something, I mean, it's possible, right? Don't knock it until you try it. Anyways, I'm playing around with the new windows. These windows are really cool. I like them. I like them a lot. I love the brick and stuff. They're pretty outstanding. I will say I wish we had more of a selection when it came to the doors and stuff, because I felt the door that I have for this cabin, it fits, but it also doesn't. So that was a little difficult. Some other things to mention about this build. So I'm actually only using the base game and the brand new game pack. So that's cool. And I feel oh yeah, there's another thing. It is also starter home friendly, meaning you only need one sim to be able to move in here. So I mean, that could be a plus if you did want to make this like your permanent residence. But again, I kind of wanted to stage this as like a rental cabin of sorts. So as you guys can see, I am totally struggling with figuring out what items to use because I don't have that many packs available to me. I literally, like I said, only have the base game, and that was a little bit difficult to build with. I'm not going to lie. Like, there aren't very many like buy objects, unfortunately. There are quite a bit, and they're really cool, but I feel like they mostly tailor to the werewolf lairs, you know, and I like that. I was able to utilize quite a few pieces in this build, but because I love the aesthetic of this pack so much, I wish we had like more like distressed items and things like that. So staging this cabin was a little bit difficult, but in the end, it definitely worked out in my favor personally. But let it be known that this is a very cramped lot. The fire pit is not functional right now just because there isn't enough room surrounding it. And hopefully you guys don't mind. Also, I think I'm getting sick because my freaking kid, story of my life, Crixus had candlesticks coming out of his nose, and I'm just like, please, for the love of God, just give me a couple more days so I can film some damn episodes. I want to play with werewolves so bad. So that is my goal. That is my goal after this, to get some gameplay up for you guys. It's going to be a busy week, and I already have the next episode, that's right, episode of the Pepper Legacy also coming up this weekend too. So if you guys are wondering where that was, I'm working on it. But yeah, we're now going to be laying down the kitchen, basically. I know I always use the cheap appliances because I usually do cheap builds. So I know somebody was like, Jen, you should start like trying to use some more bougie or expensive, more expensive appliances. And I would if I wasn't always building such cheap builds. Anyways, can we talk about this couch for a second? I was fixated on using this couch. It just looks so comfy, cozy, and thankfully the swatches fit perfectly into the colorway of this particular cabin, and I just want to sit on it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just want to get all up in that couch. It looks like it has seen several culitos, okay? Like, I mean, there's probably farts embedded in that couch like time capsules, but we are not here to judge, no ma'am. But yeah, you can see me kind of playing around with some of the brand new items, and I don't know what that shelf is for per se. I think it might actually be where you house some of the collectibles, because there's a new collection. I think it's called like the Bone Collection or something, so we'll definitely have to play with that. I did scale it down, so it kind of altered its effectiveness just a hair, but I'll scale it back up if I need to. It's really not that big of a deal. I love how I took out the time to lay out all these little knickknacks, and I didn't use a single freaking one. I didn't use a single freaking one. I also felt like having the back of the couch facing the kitchen so closely looked a little bit weird, but then I had this realization towards the end that, hello, sister, this is a cabin. Okay, like, it's fine if it's cozy and it doesn't make sense, it works. I just love the aesthetic of this build. I know that in a way it's still like my style, you know, it's how I build, but also, and I can't put my finger quite on it, there's still something about this build that just feels different to me. So I wasn't mad that I was using the same colors that I always do. Hey, I do have some blue wallpaper in here, so I'm very proud of that. Also, those chairs are new, and there is this big, beautiful, like, full-length table that also comes with this pack that you guys could obviously use for many different builds. But just because, again, we're kind of working with limited space here, I decided to use the base game circle table, and that actually worked out really, really nice. So we're moving on to the bathroom. I didn't, you know, I hate bathrooms. I hate furnishing them. I hate decorating them. I feel like they're so boring. I literally hate taking screenshots of them because I'm like, oh, here's the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've seen it 1,000 times. Like, really, like, I don't know. But then if I don't put the screenshot in, I'm like, it feels weird. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also another thing, I know that I blocked off the only available counter space, but I did this for aesthetics, okay? You can move it. You can move the little stool anywhere you choose. You can delete it, but I don't know. I just wanted to decorate the kitchen a little bit because I just felt like it looks so plain Jane, and for screenshots, it looks better. But anyways, I did definitely add in, okay, I added in a window eventually into the bathroom, and I fixed it a little bit better because right now it's kind of looking a little weird. I don't know what I was doing with this little planter thing here. I thought maybe it would work. I also played around with the decals too because I don't know, there's something about this cabin that's a little spooky dooky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's nice. It's been, it's been kept well, but there are definitely some very questionable things, like why is the wallpaper tattered? Why are there nail marks, for God's sakes, through some of the siding? I mean, there's a lot of questions. Oh, also there's this really cool effect that creates like broken glass. You guys will see it right there, and I thought that was cool too. So maybe like somebody tried to break into the cabin. I don't really know. Also, I didn't throw it in a trash can on purpose. I just want to throw that out there because I was like, I don't have room for this. You have a trash can outside. Walk your lazy culito out there and throw away your trash. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this speed build here. I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below. Do keep in mind it will be available on the gallery at Jen2606. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.